rod surface elevation table, and what this does is measure the volume or the increase in volume of sediment over time, so how much the soil is growing up as sea level rise or other factors that lead to the accumulation of soil or sediment in the mangroves. So what we've got here is a benchmark. What this means, what a benchmark means down here, is this is a rod that we've hammered in this case, about 5.5 metres. We hammered it in until it didn't move any further. And then we've capped that with concrete and we put this little device on the top so that when we come along to measure, we can put this measuring device on the top of it, and we can use these pins that move up and down to see exactly where the surface is relative to this, or compared to this point that we've hammered down into the soil to where it won't move anymore. So in that way, each time we come back, the pins are just a little bit higher, and we can measure that with a ruler. Well, I've just laid this very fine white powder on the surface, and you can see that it's in stark contrast to the colour of the sediment or the soil that's here. Now why we've done this is this stays in place, so the tide comes and goes, and the things that are trapped in the soil or deposited on the surface of the sediment are left on top of this white layer. And that means later we can come back in 6 months, in a year, and we won't be able to see this white layer because it's going to be covered with sediment and leaf litter and the algae that grows on the surface. This is the macroalgal community that grows on the roots. So this allows us to look at the amount of material that comes on the surface that contributes to increasing the soil volume of mangrove forests. So here in this patch here, we actually have one of these white layers that's been covered up over time by the plant debris and sediment that's come in with the tide, and or the plant debris that's produced here, but the sediment that comes in with the tide. So in order to work out how much is accumulated on the surface, I'm going to use a little syringe and I'm going to core into it. So I just push the syringe in to maybe 3 or 4 centimeters, and then I draw it out, and what you find is that you can see this white layer. You can see what's accumulated over the white layer.